Let's get out of that feeling of short, trying to power it through, or really long and trying to control the speed on the way down. Let the length of your backswing stop that hit impulse. How horrible is that feeling of, especially when we got that short shots, like anywhere between 50 and 110 yards of, I'm trying to hit the golf ball, trying to find the golf ball. It makes it so hard to have great distance control. If you think about it, that's what we're looking to do. You look at all the top PGA Tour players, when they're pitching in that around a 50 to 100 yard mark, their distance control is a joke. So let's stop that hit impulse. This is what I want you to picture, and this is what I want you to feel when we're doing this. Let the distance you swing the club back determine the pace and the impetus you put in on the way down. So we're going to see 3 different lengths of swings here, my 3 different pitching positions. I'm going to use club speed, we're also going to use some visual just to show you how I determine my distance control with my wedges. So I have 3 different positions. I've got 9 o'clock, hands to shoulder, and a full shot. If I'm honest, I only tend to use that full shot on my pitching wedge. I wouldn't potentially use that on my 54 and 58. Sometimes on my 50 as well. It only comes out a little bit. Ultimately, my 9 o'clock and my hands to shoulder are my favourite 2 positions. So let's start with that 9 o'clock position. Stand to the golf ball, we're looking to feel that I go back this far, and this determines the impetus and the pace at which I swing through him. Imagine, the longer you swing it, the more time for you to gather space. Like an elastic band, the further back you pull it, the more it's going to go through. That's the analogy I want you to think of. Standing in, first position here, wait a little bit left, back, through. So this is number 1. Let's have a look at the screen right now. So 55 clubhead speed, carry 71. This is where I hope my skill gets me halfway back to this 9 o'clock position. Ah, look at him. This is what we want. So 9 o'clock position. This is exactly what I want to see. Then we swing down. Oh, we've gone a bit far. I tend to do that sometimes. Bit of a bad habit. And swinging through. So that's my first position. Pay attention to clubhead speed and carry. Hopefully these will start to increase incrementally between each position. And by the way, if you don't use positions, I would look at this video as 2 ways. Stopping you hitting the golf ball and really trying to find it, and using the heavy weight of the club or the feeling of the weight of the club dropping on the ball and gravity helping you do that. That's point number 1. But also find out, try and pitching positions. 9 o'clock, hands to shoulder, full. I think there's 2 aspects to this video that are really going to help you. Okay, let's move on to hands to shoulder. Hands to shoulder. Again, the length of the swing will dictate the speed. So we should see a little bit more speed, a little bit more distance. Hopefully we actually stick it hands to shoulder. So quite a bit more speed on this one. Quite a bit more carry. Let's see if we hit that position. We do. Hands to shoulder. This is probably what I operate in as my favoured position. A little bit more speed, a little bit more distance. But again, there's no real hit of this golf ball. It's a gather of the ball and happens as a result of how far back I'm swinging. I think if you get that in your head straight away, it really starts to help you make a picture in your mind of how far, how fast I hit the ball. Because I've seen so many questions. Josh said to me just before filming this video, like, I struggle with that, I don't know how fast to swing. Let the length of the backswing determine how fast you swing through. I think of this as a feel, whether it happens or it doesn't, I think it'll give you a lot more control. So if you're brand new to Alex Elliott Golf, firstly, a warm welcome to the channel. Welcome to the team. If you've not already, I really appreciate it if you hit that big red subscribe button. That's that one down there. Daily tips to help you really improve your game. So, today's question. As you know, we have questions every single day. What is your target for 2021 season? Now is the time to set those targets. I want you to comment down below 2 targets. One that you think's a really reachable one. So for example, get a handicap for the first time, get a handicap below 20, 15, single figures, and then one that's a bit of a stretch goal. So I went live last Sunday and we're going live tomorrow, so I'd love for you to come and join me on that as well. My goal is to firstly start playing some competitions again. I played a few last year, but really get into it. And my stretch goal is, as I mentioned, get through first stage of regional qualifying on my road to the Open Series. Need to spend some more time in here, for sure. Let's move on to the last one, the full one. This will be a bit of a test, isn't it? So, have a guess how far this is going to go. At 71, 110 for my first two. What are you going with?
125.
Whoa, 125. Smash those comments down below how far you think this one's going to go. I should know this off by heart.
It's going to be further, it's going to be 130.
Nah, I think it's going to be 129, I reckon. On the nose. See how good I am now. I feel a bit of pressure, mate.
You know your goals, aren't it?
129. And that's pretty good. Oh, no. 3 yards short. But again, more speed, more carry, and we pause at the top. Full swing. You can see how I'm letting the length of the swing determine the speed of the downswing. Let's get out of that feeling of short, trying to power it through, or really long and trying to control the speed on the way down. Let the length of your backswing determine the speed on the way through. So look at this. One, a lot quieter is the word I'd use. A little bit more impetus. And the final one, a little bit more impetus again. That will really help you deliver control. Forget, you can use it on every single aspect of your game as well. Thanks so much for joining me. I look forward to joining you tomorrow. And we're going live tomorrow at 7 PM, so join me there too.